Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into Peter Drucker's classic, The Effective Executive. Let's unravel the winning tactics that can transform your leadership. Ready to maximize your impact? Let's go. Chapter 1. Effectiveness Can Be Learned. Chapter 1 starts with a powerful premise. Effectiveness is a skill anyone can learn. Drucker insists it's about doing the right things, not just doing things right. He emphasizes that effectiveness isn't about being busy, it's about being impactful. This chapter teaches us to focus on outcomes, not just activities. Drucker suggests regularly reviewing and reflecting on your work. He introduces the concept of systematic abandonment, where you drop activities that don't contribute to effectiveness. The idea is to free up resources and time for more impactful tasks. Drucker also highlights the importance of courage in decision-making. Effectiveness demands making bold choices, sometimes even abandoning long-standing practices. This chapter is a call to action. Prioritize, make strategic decisions, and continually reassess your approach. The key takeaway? Effectiveness isn't inborn. It's a discipline you can master. Drucker's message is clear. Take charge of your effectiveness. Chapter 2. Know thy time. In Chapter 2, Drucker turns our attention to our most precious resource, time. He starts with a simple yet profound truth. Time is the only resource we can't renew. Drucker advocates for meticulous time management, arguing that you can't manage what you don't measure. He suggests keeping a time log to track where your time actually goes. This log isn't just about tracking, it's about analyzing and improving. Drucker explains that effective executives don't just spend time, they invest it. He teaches us to identify and eliminate time wasters. This includes minimizing meetings, cutting down on unnecessary tasks, and avoiding time thieves. Drucker also stresses the importance of consolidating your discretionary time. He suggests blocking out larger time segments for uninterrupted work. This chapter is a wake-up call to respect your time as your most valuable asset. It's not about being busy, it's about being productive. Chapter 3. What can I contribute? Chapter 3 shifts the focus from time management to contribution. Drucker challenges us to ask, what can I contribute, rather than, what can I achieve? This subtle shift in perspective redefines how we approach our work. Drucker argues that this question leads to meaningful and impactful work. It's about looking outward, focusing on what the organization needs, not just what you can do. Drucker suggests aligning your efforts with the organization's goals. He emphasizes teamwork and collaborative efforts. This chapter encourages taking initiative and being proactive. Drucker also touches on the importance of communication. He urges executives to articulate their contributions clearly to their teams. The chapter ends with a powerful idea. Your value lies not in how busy you are, but in the impact of your contributions. Drucker's message is clear. Focus on adding value, not just on completing tasks. Chapter 4. Making Strength Productive. In Chapter 4, Drucker talks about the power of leveraging strengths. He points out that it's more productive to build on strengths than to focus on weaknesses. Drucker emphasizes the importance of identifying your own strengths and those of your colleagues. He suggests using feedback analysis to discover where your strengths lie. This chapter also discusses the effective placement of team members. Drucker argues that it's crucial to match people's strengths to their roles. He touches on the importance of delegation and empowering others. Drucker advises focusing on what a person can do rather than what they cannot do. This chapter also covers the need to manage weaknesses so they don't become a liability. Drucker's key message here is simple yet profound. Effectiveness is achieved by capitalizing on strengths, not by fixing weaknesses. He reminds us that the greatest potential for growth lies in using strengths creatively and productively. Chapter 5. First things first. Chapter 5 delves into the crucial skill of prioritization. Drucker starts by emphasizing the importance of doing first things first. He argues that not all tasks are created equal, some have more impact than others. Drucker suggests identifying and focusing on truly important tasks. He introduces the concept of setting priorities and sticking to them. This chapter teaches us to differentiate between urgent and important tasks. Drucker warns against the trap of the urgent overshadowing the important. He suggests regularly reviewing and updating priorities. Drucker also discusses the need for effective decision-making in setting priorities. He advises executives to have the courage to make tough choices about what to prioritize. The chapter concludes with a call to action. Focus your energies on tasks that yield the most significant results. Drucker's message is clear. Prioritization is key to effectiveness. Chapter 6. The Elements of Decision. In Chapter 6, Drucker breaks down the anatomy of decision-making. He starts by outlining the elements of a decision. This includes defining the problem, analyzing the situation, and developing action plans. Drucker emphasizes the importance of clarity in decision-making. He suggests that a good decision requires a clear understanding of the underlying issue. Drucker discusses the need for thorough analysis before making decisions. He advises considering all possible options and outcomes. This chapter also highlights the importance of responsibility in decision-making. Drucker reminds us that every decision carries consequences. He urges leaders to take responsibility for their decisions and their outcomes. The chapter ends with a powerful insight. Effective decisions aren't necessarily about choosing the right option, but about choosing a course of action that aligns with goals and values. Drucker's key message is that good decision-making is a disciplined process, not a one-time event. Chapter 7. Effective Decisions. Chapter 7 builds on the previous one by diving deeper into how to make decisions effectively. Drucker starts by saying that effective decisions are the result of a systematic process. He discusses the importance of gathering adequate information. Drucker advises against making decisions too quickly or without sufficient data. This chapter talks about the importance of dissent in decision-making. Drucker encourages seeking different perspectives to avoid groupthink. He also touches on the timing of decisions. Drucker suggests that sometimes the best decision is to wait for more information. He discusses the need for commitment in decision-making. Once a decision is made, it needs the full commitment of the team. Drucker also emphasizes the importance of reviewing and learning from past decisions. This chapter ends with a reminder. Effective decision-making is an art that requires practice, patience, and dedication. Drucker's main takeaway is that effective decisions are made systematically, not spontaneously. Chapter 8. The Elements of Action. In Chapter 8, Drucker discusses turning decisions into actions. He starts by saying that a decision has no value unless it leads to action. Drucker emphasizes the importance of clear communication in this process. He advises translating decisions into clear, actionable tasks. This chapter also covers the need for assigning responsibility for tasks. Drucker suggests making it clear who is responsible for what. He also talks about setting deadlines and following up. This ensures that decisions are not just made, but also implemented. Drucker discusses the importance of flexibility in action. Sometimes, adjustments are necessary as situations evolve. He also highlights the need for accountability in executing decisions. Leaders must ensure that actions align with decisions. The chapter concludes with a key insight. Effective action requires clarity, responsibility, and follow-up. Drucker's message is that decisions are only as good as the actions that follow them. Chapter 9. Effective Action. The final chapter, Chapter 9, wraps up with principles of effective action. Drucker begins by discussing the need for focus in action. He advises concentrating on a few major areas where superior performance will produce outstanding results. Drucker talks about setting and adhering to priorities in action. He emphasizes the importance of results over processes. This chapter also discusses the role of continuous learning and adaptation. Drucker advises regularly reviewing and adjusting actions based on feedback. He touches on the importance of collaboration and teamwork in effective action. This chapter also highlights the need for perseverance and resilience. Drucker reminds us that effective action often requires overcoming obstacles and setbacks. The chapter ends with a powerful call to action. Be result-oriented, adaptable, and collaborative. Drucker's final message is clear. Effective action, is the culmination of thoughtful planning and decisive execution. Key accountability lessons. Now let's extract 3 key accountability lessons. 1. Track your time to improve efficiency. 2. Regularly ask what you can contribute. 3. Focus on your strengths and those of your team. Leadership takeaways. 1. Prioritize effectively. What's important must come first. 2. Decision-making is a process. Respect it. 3. Action is crucial. Plan, then act decisively. And that's a wrap on The Effective Executive. Implement these tactics to elevate your leadership. If you found this summary helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more insights. Let's go.